G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. This one is set in Munich. Alright, so it is the week of the 17th of April. We start with all 9 motorways. We can only get one choice of upgrade. Bridges can't be destroyed. Alright, so let's jump straight on over and across. One thing as well I'll mention, Dinosaur Polo Club has come out and said that they're now doing it. They're going to do a thing where you can vote for one mini metro map to be turned into a mini motorways map. So if you go to their website, or if you check on, just go to Steam and go to mini motorways or mini metro, and go look at their news. They've got an article about it that you can click on that'll send you to a link that'll allow you to vote. The good thing is on the voting page it does show you the layout of each of the cities that they've got there, so you can pick, I guess you can see from that, and then pick, if you haven't even played Mini Metro, which one you think looks the best. There are some that I think would definitely be a real hard challenge to this game. Auckland, Osaka, the ones that sort of come to mind in that way. Part of me was very tempted to vote for Melbourne. It's the most bland looking map. I know that Melbourne is a very flat city. There'd possibly be some mountains on the right, but I think it would be a very bland map. But hometown pride almost got me voting for that one. But I voted for New York. I reckon that Manhattan, New Jersey, and then the other surrounding areas, with those sort of like basically being an island in the central section and having to sort of work out from that, could make it made for a really fun mini metro map, and I reckon it could make for a really fun mini motorways map. So if you're curious what's gained my vote, it is that one. Gonna wait for this guy to get home, and we'll just shift that a little bit lower just to open up the available space and give this guy a cleaner connection onto that road. I don't know how they would pull off some of those maps too. Like Osaka is a lot of little islands, and the way that works in Mini Metro is that it's just you have one circle, one square, one triangle, one unique character or whatever on there, and then you have to work your way through. Whereas that wouldn't really work in this case. I mean, there are some islands, like say this in the bottom part of this level, where you can just have a couple of houses on it. But for Osaka, it just seems like it'd be such a... You would have to have destinations over there. They'd have to sort of zoom the map in or something, because if you were just getting... you were just getting houses over there, you just wouldn't use them. Like, it's a pretty easy fix. I reckon I've gone the wrong way there. I'm gonna go all the way around the top for these guys, but really it should be all the way down the bottom. We could just... Alright, let's go even higher one. A really messy connection we've got there though. Obviously we do have 9 motorways that we can play with here, but we're going to hold out as long as we can before using any of those. What am I going to do with you down there? Ah, never a fan. Even if I cut this way... I really need more... just turn those guys. Bridges. And that's where this is going to get real tricky, that I don't have the luxury of just having two choices and picking the bridge one. So now we're going to just add a third guy to that roundabout. Again, worst case, we can just break this into some motorways. Got that blue house on the right. It's currently only operating on one blue house at the moment. And you can see he's not winning, really. I think as he sort of arrives, they get rid of one. So he's got it down to one there. Okay, so we've now got that yellow guy's central is circular. And that becomes a problem because we've got two other guys sharing his path. So, again, we're just holding out for what am I holding out for? Bridges. Bridges. Having that second orange guy, red guy, what way you see that, should hopefully reduce the stress on this lower red guy, orange guy, and so he won't look as bad off as he was a moment ago. There's our bridge. Okay, so what we can do is we will pause for a second, up that bridge, jump these guys up. Swing that guy that way. Then we're going to wait a moment. Going to swing this guy up. Don't want to waste two bridges by going around. Problem that we've got here with such dense housing is that there's these yellow houses that we do need that are getting pushed on the outside of roads. Obviously we want these guys to be part of this. The problem is that they're in an awkward spot that's going to slow down traffic. So we will try and... Luckily these two are the closer houses and they're not the T intersection. So what you'll see happen is that because they are passing through, they will go... It just means they'll speed through that and they'll happily continue and they won't ever have to wait for lights unless it reaches a point where they need more help, in which case those lights will trigger. That annoying little tree right there blocking this guy's way. That guy there's gone circular. Hey, we do have another bridge as well. The third bridge came a lot quicker than that second one did. So what that means is that we can turn these two guys around. Swing them in there. Now what that means is that we're going to have to cut this guy's connection because definitely more need a third yellow house for this guy. Still have 9 motorways to play with. And we still have these... Oh, okay. So we still have these guys sharing, but I guess not anymore. So what we want to do is we really want these guys to share with those guys. Problem is that there's this roads in the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Pink's road, consolidate the Pinks like that, and we'll let that guy get connected into that. Pink be the recipient of our first motorway. Then means that this guy can, because of those trees. So that doesn't make this guy any clearer to gain access, does it? Because we've gotten this fourth guy here, I'm going to flick that guy up that way. Everywhere's blocked. Seems like such a waste of a motorway. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to cut these paths. Okay. Hopefully this gives us a much more so beneficial placement of a some orange-red houses, but I guess not if we're going over there. I've added the third house here. We'll keep an eye on how he goes. We do have this guy here. But I think he's alright with that third house. Connect him there. Well, this is one of the strangest runs of a line. So that's 4 guys very unprettily getting to those 2. It's a really good get. It's going to help this guy out. So we've got the available motorways that we could obviously use these 3 guys over here, our reds, oranges, to get to these 2 down the bottom. But still want to hold. I don't mind this idea of sharing a neighborhood for 2 houses. I think it's a much better system than most others you can have, where to get to one house, they go the opposite direction. Sorry, to one destination, they go the opposite direction to the other. So in theory, these guys here aren't being bothered by these guys, and the only reason these guys are coming into play is because, like, they're needing the help. Now, that does mean, though, that these 7 houses, rather, are looking after 3 destinations, and we do have 4 houses over here looking after no one. That's a pretty good gain down here. Actually, no, let's just have you connect to the roundabout. Problem now is that, say, with a guy like this, he can, if... Alright. What do we got? So let's kill that. Let's jump this guy to there again. We will get these guys to cut across here. Sorry, not disrespect the beloved tree. Have this guy go that way. These lovely pinks down here that could have been a nice connection for that guy are now cut off thanks to that yellow. Getting just more guys down the bottom. Let's take Highway 3 and bounce it to there. Just to cover him till hopefully something better comes along. Pink, 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 pink. Okay, well, that little shift of one guy paid off, that we've got 3 guys there, so they can now be looking after him. Now, possibly what we actually should do is flick these 2 guys around. So there's 3 guys here way closer to this one, and that's about the same distance for these guys. What we'll do is we'll just give this a moment to clear up. Tell that one to go away. Wait for that one house to come back. Move him there. Then take Highway 1 and send him that way. This guy here now has the help he needed, so we don't need these guys attached there. So instead what we'll do is we'll send them that way, get rid of that guy. And then allow these guys just to have their single focus back. It's a very messy map that we've got here. A lot of these different destinations just have, like, you can look at this guy up here and his weird little puzzle I've made there, and green down here. Blue is definitely the worst of it at the moment. I feel that with, say, somewhere... Okay, there's at least a house in a slightly better position. Both of these blue networks really need a like a roundabout to help them out. Well, this guy's already gone circular. So let's give him 3 houses straight up there. This guy's losing his mind. Let's just give him a second. Possibly pulling those 3 houses off this guy's network might actually just smooth up his road. And they may operate a little bit better. That's a nice get. Because there are houses over here we definitely had not yet used or intended to use. Cover him. Alright. Now, green down the bottom, we've actually got this mess of guys are actually still looking after 2. Bit like a... Let's do that at least. Roundabout. Who's got problems? Alright, so before we address that, let's address this guy. So we'll connect him to that one, that one. Yep, those 2 houses for now. He's not circular, so he's fine. Roundabout there. We'll put these guys up that way. Roundabout there, just because it's sort of a place where a roundabout will fit. Chuck these 2 guys. I was gonna say we'll add this guy, but he has to come around a real long way, but let's do it anyway. So we've just sort of doubled the population of like houses looking after that guy at the top, and almost doubled that guy at the bottom. Look at that ugly red orange mess down the bottom there too. Okay, so these 2 guys are starting to freak out a bit more. So I think that what we want to do is finally give them their own separate setups. I hate this setup so much. Let's give him that way and go that way. And send those 4 there and get rid of that. He can keep his roundabout. Since this guy's not going anywhere, quite tempted to turn him around to help this guy out. We're getting some plenty more like little green communities here that we could possibly shift into one of these. See how we go. That's a pretty good gain for this guy up here. Alright, pink. Buried under there. These 3 guys is not happy, so our other bridge. Run these guys up here. Get in on that support action. Goodness green. cut this way just because they're all a little bit closer in together. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put that guy there, send him there, flip those guys around and get rid of that one. Then what we'll do is we'll just add an extra little flip bit there. This guy can just hop over there and take care of him. Blue feels like a bit of a disaster. At least they've got support, I guess. Like that, where the blues are, they've at least sort of hubbed up so that we can easily get to large groups of them at the same time. There's a lot of motorways going here that makes it harder to see what's going on with some of these guys. I'd love to correct this so that this guy could get in on that. But, I mean, that's really the only way to do it. Alright, this blue here that's a bit unhappy. So he's got 4 guys over here, and then he's got 3 down here, so he's got 7. This guy's got 6 over there and then 3 up there. So I'm going to turn that guy around. Give him... let's give him 2. Let's just gained a guy down here too, but now we've got to make up another... Oh, come on, Red. What's that? Find your hubs. There's no one sort of leaving home from down here. So for at least temporary measures, we'll give that guy over to him. Blue down the bottom. Blue down the bottom. I think that if we go that shift and get rid of that, I accidentally just drove over that connection. We don't want to get rid of that. Shift all of those guys, it would then mean that we can get rid of that connection. And this mess of 4 blue guys. He's in use, that green guy there, but we're going to have to cut him off for this. Alright, that pink up there is freaking out. This guy here is doing okay. So we can steal his motorway, but it doesn't look like this guy's still working on it. Oh, good. That's what we needed. Alright, so who's going over there? These 2 guys? Fix that guy. Either that fixed that guy right up real quick, or inclusion of this guy did. What we can do is we can run these guys down there. Possibly regain that motorway back. Still got 2 extra motorways though, so we don't need to urgently get rid of any of them. That's a great get, that little red guy there. You can see, though, that these two guys are struggling. So let's flick them down and let's figure out how can we make... Well, okay. He can go down. These two guys can cut in there. This guy can cut in there, so can he. And that is really enough houses for what we've got going on down the bottom. In fact, what we can do is we can... a whole bunch of yellow down here too. We do need yellow somewhere. Yellow's looking pretty clean at the moment, but that'll change in a heartbeat. All of these guys, we'll just that up. That motorway. Oh, no, sorry, we already motorway on this end. Oh, rid of that one. Done. Let's get this guy up here as well. This guy barely needs 3 houses now with this new connection. Alright, blue at the top. Blue at the top. Need a little bit of help. No shame in asking for help. Let's get those 3 guys over there. It's not a big amount of help though. I mean, it does look like it's helping him win the battle. What was the motorway that I could reclaim? That was this one. Bring that back. So this blue setup for this guy down here is still awful. I'm gonna do those that. It's equal awful as well. Basically, we're just trying to get more green guys onto this road to go help that guy out. You can see the nightmare of traffic coming out we've created there, so let's make that a set of lights. Okay. Still waiting for that motorway to come back here. Don't need that there. With this guy coming in, he can jump in that. So we're currently in a green surge, let's say. This is no good. If you've got your sort of blockage far away, it means that pretty doomed. What we'll do is those 3 guys over there, because you can see that they're also all leaving home, which means that the disaster that's going on up there is... I don't think that set of traffic lights is going to help. It's just going to jam that guy even worse. Pink is up here is struggling again. Pink down here is struggling. Well, that guy there can help. This green here is near done. I think this guy's making it worse. This green here's cooked. Has he only got 2 guys? Oh, when did that happen? A shame I've just turned around to you guys that don't have anyone at home. But keep fighting, guys. Oh. That's a weak way to go in the end of that. I mean, we're probably moments away another way, but that was at least like we died on a fixable problem. Alright, top 1%. Number 8. And definitely could have been number 4, I reckon. Definitely without that little mistake. Alright, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.